Hi there, Dr. Gary here on the road. We sell dental practices nationwide. We are dental practice brokers. I was a dentist for 25 years, and now for the last 14 years, we've been doing the dental practice brokerage and been busy. We're in 22 states. We have 10 employees, and we're growing year to year. We just opened up, I think it is Alabama and Louisiana. So please let us know if we can help you with anything. Today's topic is how we, as brokers, find out inside information early about what's going on with the DSOs on a monthly basis. I want to share that with you, and that's important you understand that. So now, before we get into that, and excuse the camera angle today, I'm sorry, we're in another car, but the information is too important to get over to you. Rather than wait for the fancy studios and everything, and we're just not like that. The information is too hot, and you got to know about it now. So we have 10 employees, 22 states, available to you 363 days a year. We take off Christmas and Easter, and we're available 8 a.m. till 9 p.m. East Coast time. So call us anytime. We're working every day. Now, in our field, you have to. If something happens this morning, as would happen yesterday, Friday at 4:30, all of a sudden the DSO called me on a deal that we couldn't get it together. They're trying to get some ideas how to make it happen. They want me to call the seller and say, look, we know what their needs are, but we can't pay for their financial needs as a down payment. Can we spread it out over 5 years? So I'm standing in the water at the ocean front, and I'm taking this call. You just got to be ready. Now at 4:30 on Memorial Day weekend, everybody's gone. Everybody's on the road. I already left Thursday night, so I'm at the beach already. But you have to act rapidly. I called the seller. I said, here's the story. They want to spread the risk out over 5 years, but I understand you have financial needs every year. So what if we meet those needs every year, but we spread it out? The fact is, you got to move on these things fast. That's what we do. That's why we're open 363 days a year. It's Friday afternoon, 4:30, Memorial Day. Everybody's gone. As I say, you got to be available. You cannot turn the phone off. It just doesn't happen. And we just never shut it off, whether we're here, East Coast, West Coast, or on Australia on a cruise ship. You got to be on it. Anyway, so the information you're about to hear is all for entertainment purposes. It's not legal advice or business advice. If you're thinking about selling to a DSO, please call us, because we know what's going. We'll talk about that today. We know what's going on with them on a monthly basis, who's changing, who's closing shop, who's not getting finances. They can have these fancy advertisements, and all of a sudden they're stopping their buying, or they're having a hard time getting their funding. So we hear about these things. All right, so the other thing is they're also going to pay our commission. Most of the time, all the DSOs pay our commission. So there's no commission to you as a seller, so you don't lose anything by going with us. But you get all our services. Don't forget, we have 2 CPA accountants. I have 14 years experience in this business, 25 years as a dentist. So, I've learned a few things, I think, and working 363 days a year. So, we're there. Now, also when you work with us, we'll get your legal fees reimbursed upon successful closing. And that's a big deal. We've done that many times. So today's topic, let's get into, we've talked about this one time before. I just want to repeat it because it's happening again. Where we get information about these DSOs that you think you know everything about, but we can help you because we have inside information early on about them that others don't have. And I'll give you an example of what's happening right now. We previously mentioned to you one of the larger, over 375 offices they have, DSO, stopped buying. Now, we told you this about 2 weeks ago. then as we get into this, how we find these things, it's either we're working with the DSO or we are hearing it from other salespeople. Because what happens is, and they don't publish this information, they don't announce it. There's no big glossy advertisement that they've slowed up their marketing, that they've stopped buying. You're not going to hear it. How I found out, and other salespeople find out, or people in the industry, their employees are either fired or put on furlough, whatever. They're looking for a job. So they're out in the marketplace, and one of the other salesmen and I were discussing this. Hey, what happened to X company? In other words, we don't want to announce who these companies are. I'm not here to do that. You'll hear it through the grapevine. When you deal with us privately, we'll let you know. But we don't make announcements like that. Just like we don't announce what attorneys we work with, what banks we work with, and all that. It's nonpartisan. We don't participate in strategic partners. That's nonsense, because the whole industry changes all the time. And if we feel that an attorney is not delivering to us, we're gonna drop them, and we're not gonna promote them. They got to be on it. I mean, I'm talking about working all the time, weekends and everything. So, the other salesman who I'm working with on another deal says, yeah. He says their salespeople, their marketing team, their mergers and acquisitions, M&A team are looking for jobs. And that's how you know immediately. Companies stop buying, they cut the payroll. They cut the payroll, who's the first to go? It's going to be mergers and acquisitions. So that's what happened here. It's getting sunny out here in Jersey. We got a beautiful Memorial Day weekend. Woo, is it beautiful. So anyway, what happens is they cut the mergers and acquisitions team. Those guys are looking for jobs, and he goes out on the, so to speak, street. I hear about it. Other salespeople working for other DSOs hear about it. We get the inside track of what's going on. We can then warn you, well, we know that company promised you all kinds of things, but they're not buying anymore. They're having some financial issues. Their credit line has been cut back. They have new management. There's a new CEO. And things are changing. And I don't know if that's the company you want to be with. So we're there as an early warning system for you. We simply find out. That's why we as brokers, I know that you get these sellers that say, oh, I'm going right to the DSO because they met such and such at the convention last week. I was hanging out with them all week. We were having cocktails. We were high-fiving each other. We were partying. Yeah. Well, that CEO could be gone. Or the company has changed their mind to put the brakes on. They're not buying anymore. Or they've reduced the multiple of EBITDA significantly. Or their criteria has changed. Where they used to be, they need somebody to stay on 3 years. Now suddenly they say, oh no, it has to be 5 years. Everything changed in a year since you met that CEO of the big DSO that you thought you were buddies with. And I understand. All of a sudden, everything has changed. And that's how you have to be in this industry, and that's what we do. That's why we are here to help you. And we're telling you, please come to us first. Because we'll find out what's going on with who. And if you tell us that some unknown DSO, I just got this the other day. This DSO says, okay, we want to buy in the next year, we want to buy 27 practices. It's always the same. We have plenty of funding. We are ready to go. We're going to blanket the nationwide. And the first question I ask, really, how much experience do you have? How long have you been in the field? Oh, we have people in the field, no problem. But the key is we have the money. We have a manager, he could run any business. Yeah, tell me about it. So I keep pushing them. I say, well, tell me, how many offices do you own right now? And they keep avoiding the question. Well, we have letters of, it's always the same. We have, letters of intent all over. We have 7 letters of intent right now out there. We have this letter, that letter. How many offices do you own? Have you owned? Well, we don't have any. Okay. So you want me to sell you, your DSO, your newly formed DSO. You have no experience, but you have people you work with that have experience. You own no offices. So you have no pipeline of business. You're not set up with the suppliers, but you got all this money from Wall Street. You're going to spread all over the place. Yeah, okay. That is not the kind of candidate you want to be with. But I know you got all these levels of EBITDA. You're going to be high multiples of EBITDA. Then you're going to sell because you have founder money. We got founder money, so when we recapitalize in 5 years, it's going to be 8x, 6x, 7x, 9x. Yeah, okay. How much experience do you have in the dental field? It's always the same. Well, we don't have any. Oh, we own 2 practices, but we have 7 letters of intent out there. That's really not the DSO you want to be with. However, there's other DSOs owned by a private equity company that, backed by a private equity company, that 3 other DSOs that were large and they sold off, and they're starting another one now. Now they have the experience. They had the experience. And I'm working with one of those now. They've already been through this. This is not new to them. They know what they're doing. They've had the experience. They've had dental. But as it is, these private equities, 5 years, they own the company and they want to get out after 5 years. It's just the way it is. But some of these companies have no experience. So please come to us. We'll tell you about it. We'll guide you. They'll pay our commission. We will reimburse your legal fees based on certain criteria. We'll reimburse your legal fees at successful closing. So you have nothing to lose by working with us. We have the accountants, and we're just on this. Not going to be retiring anytime soon, that's for sure. And we enjoy what we do, and we are there. We are that pipeline between you and you, the other company, or the attorneys can't get through to you. We get through. And we can make sure everything is done. We were hammering one attorney yesterday how to get these documents out. They had to be finished by yesterday because they were lagging their feet. The holiday was coming. We wanted the documents finished on Friday. Not waiting until Tuesday after Labor Day when everybody's groggy. We want those documents out on Friday, so when they come in on Monday or Tuesday after Labor Day, they have those documents have been filed already. We're the first thing on the receiver's desk with those documents. And we have a pipeline of banks and attorneys who work on the weekends. Got to be available. I'm not saying take away from your lifestyle and all. Attorneys, we don't mean that, but a quickie, yeah, we got the documents, we processed it, we're looking good, thank you. And it's all written up already. That's what you got to do. And that's what we do. All right? Anyway, having fun every day. Great talking to you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. If you go down to the Jersey Shore, let me know. We'll have a cocktail. We are beaching it. We are excited. Big beach party tonight. Beach party tomorrow. The weather is great. I'm taking phone calls from the ocean front. And how much better can you get than that? And making a few dollars while we're at it. All right. I'll talk to you all soon. Now hit the subscribe button if you like what you're hearing. We're banging out these videos all the time. If you're not getting our monthly list of practices for sale, make sure you get that. Just call us up, we'll send you the non-disclosure agreements, no charge, and just boom, get that. So we get that out about once a month. All right? We got a bunch of new ones ready to go. So you'll get that, and you'll be up with everything. Okay? We hit them out. We're getting new ones all the time. And as I told you in the past, we're getting this recycling now, repeat business from we started 14 years ago. I don't know what's going on, but 6 months ago, it started happening. That people that we sold to within the last 14 years are calling us to sell again. They have a lifestyle change. Some are having families, and they don't want to be in the area they're in. They're moving. They want to be close to their families. They're having the first baby, and life is changing. They may want to sell what they have. They may want to expand. We have partnerships breaking up. I mean, everything's going on. We're getting these calls. Not only do we have new stock, I think we have 23 just, we're in 22 states, and I think we have 21 just in Jersey alone. We have one of the DSOs that's buying 3 of our New Jersey offices. And we're putting those letters of intent out all within 2-3 weeks. We got 2 of them out. The third one's coming out later. So we have one DSO buying 3 of my offices. I mean, this is very exciting. They're a mid-market DSO, and it's good. They'll buy practices in the 900 to 1.3 and higher range, where some of the bigger DSOs are not doing that. They're at the 2 million plus range. So we're getting it. And of course, our YouTube videos. Make sure we're at like 470, something like that, 470 of them like this. People are finding them helpful. Cutting edge information, we don't have time to print. We go right to video, okay? Great talking to you. You have a wonderful weekend. Try to make it to the beach. It is happening down here, and I love the beach. I'll see you now. Bye.